Have you ever been told that walking is the key to a long and healthy life? What if I told you that relying too much on walking might not be the best strategy to stay healthy and independent as you age? While walking is certainly beneficial, it's not the complete answer, especially as you get older. In fact, there are other activities that can help you stay strong and mobile far better than just putting one foot in front of the other. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 experience mobility issues, including loss of balance, which leads to falls and serious injuries. A single fall can change everything, affecting your ability to live independently. That's why it's crucial to discover the most effective ways to maintain strength, independence, and mobility as we grow older. Let me introduce you to Jack, a 70-year-old man who believed that walking every day was enough to keep him fit. But after a fall in his home, he realized how fragile his independence had become. Jack's story is just one example of how we can all benefit from a more comprehensive approach to staying healthy in our later years. In today's video, I'll share 5 simple yet powerful habits to help you stay strong and independent as you age. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to improve your health, mobility, and overall well-being. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help others join our journey toward better health in the golden years. Part 1. Strength Training. Let me tell you a little more about Jack. After that fall, he came to me with a look of frustration in his eyes. "I thought I was doing everything right," he said, shaking his head. "I've always walked every day, and now I feel weaker than ever." I could see that Jack was worried, not just about his body, but about losing his independence. It's something many of us fear as we get older, right? The thought that we might not be able to do the things we love or take care of ourselves without help. So I sat down with him and explained something that may seem simple, but is often overlooked: strength training. "Jack, walking is wonderful, but it doesn't do enough to keep the muscles that support your body strong. As we age, those muscles begin to weaken, and that's when things like standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, or even getting in and out of the car become tough." Now, I know what you're thinking. Strength training sounds like something for bodybuilders or young athletes. But let me tell you, it's never too late to start. In fact, research shows that strength training is one of the best things you can do to preserve your independence as you age. The National Institutes of Health published a study that found people over 65 who engage in strength training just 2 times a week have a 40% lower risk of falls and a 50% reduction in the risk of fractures. Isn't that powerful? And it doesn't require lifting heavy weights. Just a few simple exercises using resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even your body weight can make a huge difference. I explained this to Jack, and at first he was hesitant. "I've never lifted weights before," he said. "I don't know if I can do that." But I reassured him, "You don't need to become a gym expert, Jack. Just start with small, manageable exercises that challenge your muscles and help you build strength over time. It's about consistency, not intensity." So we started simple: squats to help strengthen his legs, push-ups for his upper body, and even chair exercises to help with his balance. Every time Jack did these exercises, I could see him becoming a little more confident, a little stronger. And here's the beautiful thing: he wasn't just getting stronger physically. His mental outlook started to shift as well. Strength training has been proven to improve cognitive function as well. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that strength training can enhance memory and learning, and even help stave off cognitive decline. So, not only was Jack's body becoming stronger, but his mind was getting sharper too. Jack's experience is a perfect example of how strength training works, not only to keep us physically strong, but to help maintain our mental sharpness. Every time he completed an exercise, he was telling his body, "I'm not done yet. I still need you to be strong." And that's exactly how your body responds, by becoming stronger, more agile, and more independent. I want you to think about this for a second. Strength training isn't just about the muscles you can see in the mirror. It's about the muscles that support your joints, improve your balance, and keep you moving freely. Whether it's your arms, legs, or core, each of these muscles plays a critical role in your everyday activities. So, if you want to walk less but move better, strength training is the key. And just like Jack, you'll notice the difference after just a few weeks of consistent practice. It's important to remember that it's never too late to start. In fact, the sooner you begin, the sooner you'll see results. Whether it's a few minutes a day with resistance bands, light weights, or just body weight exercises, you're giving your body the strength it needs to stay independent and active for years to come. It's not about lifting the heaviest weights, it's about building strength gradually, staying consistent, and never giving up. Just like Jack, you can find your strength at any age. So, are you ready to start? Take it one step at a time, and you'll be amazed at how far you can go. Part 2. Balance training. When I continued working with Jack, there was another crucial aspect we needed to address: balance. Have you ever thought about how important balance is in our daily lives? For many older adults, losing balance is one of the leading causes of dangerous falls. In fact, just one small misstep can change everything, taking away your independence and ability to care for yourself. I remember when Jack said to me, "Doctor, I don't think I have a problem with balance. I still walk every day and do my usual activities." But I knew that the issue wasn't just being able to walk. It was about maintaining stability when moving in unexpected situations. A quick misstep, a small uneven surface, or even reaching too far to grab something could easily lead to a fall. So, I explained to Jack the importance of balance exercises. Walking helps, but it doesn't improve the stabilizing muscles that keep you steady. Balance exercises challenge your body's ability to control its posture and maintain stability, helping you stay upright and avoid dangerous falls. There's a lot of scientific research backing this up. A study from the American Geriatric Society shows that older adults who practice balance exercises like standing on one leg, heel-to-toe walking, or using a balance pad reduce their fall risk by as much as 50%. The beauty of these exercises is that they don't require a gym. Just a few minutes a day at home can significantly improve your stability and reflexes. I guided Jack through simple balance exercises like standing on one leg for a few seconds, gradually progressing to balancing with his eyes closed. At first, he found it a bit challenging, but after a few weeks, I could see a noticeable difference. Jack wasn't as anxious when moving around his house or going outside. He started walking more confidently. That's when I knew we were getting somewhere, helping Jack regain an important part of his independence. And here's the great part that I want to share with you. Balance exercises don't need to be complicated. You can start right at home with simple exercises. Try standing on one leg every day. When you get comfortable, try it with your eyes closed. You'll be amazed at how much better you'll feel as you regain control over your body's stability. Yoga and Tai Chi are also fantastic for improving balance. These practices not only help with stability, but also increase body coordination and flexibility. Research from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity has shown that older adults who participate in yoga or Tai Chi experience significant improvements in balance and a reduction in fall-related injuries. You don't need to go to the gym or invest in complex equipment to work on your balance. Just a few minutes a day practicing at home can help your body become steadier, stronger, and more confident with every step. As Jack continued with these balance exercises, he didn't just feel physically stronger, he also felt his life becoming more meaningful. He started engaging in social activities again, meeting friends, and no longer feared going out or doing things he loved. These balance exercises not only helped him prevent falls, but also allowed him to live a full, joyful life. Think about what you could do if you didn't worry about losing your balance. Simple things like going to the store, walking in the park, or standing up from a chair without feeling unstable or uncomfortable. We can all achieve this if we start practicing balance exercises today. Are you ready to give it a try? Start with small exercises, and I'm confident you'll feel the difference in no time. You'll find not only is your body stronger, but your mind will feel more stable as well. Because when you feel confident in your steps, you'll feel confident in your life. Part 3. Muscle resilience and grip strength. As Jack and I continued our journey together, there was one more key area we needed to focus on to truly transform his strength and independence: muscle resilience and grip strength. You see, while balance is incredibly important, your muscles play a foundational role in everything you do. From the simplest tasks like standing up from a chair to more complex ones like lifting grocery bags or carrying laundry. Without strong muscles, it's easy to feel weaker and less capable. And for Jack, who was starting to experience the effects of muscle loss, I knew that we needed to address this issue head on. One day, as we were talking about the progress he was making with his balance exercises, he looked at me with concern and said, "Doctor, I can feel my legs getting stronger, but what about the rest of my body? I still feel weak when I try to lift things, or when I'm working in the yard. And even holding on to things feels harder than it should. Is that normal?" I smiled at him and said, "Jack, it's completely normal as we get older, but that doesn't mean we can't fight back. Muscle loss is a natural part of aging, but the good news is we can build it back up and we can start right now." At that moment, I explained to him that muscle resilience, the ability to maintain strength and endurance over time, is something we need to prioritize as we age. And not just any muscle strength, but the kind of strength that supports our daily life, helps prevent falls, and keeps us independent. Muscle loss, or sarcopenia, begins as early as our 30s. And by the time we reach our 60s and 70s, we can lose as much as 3% to 8% of our muscle mass each decade. It doesn't sound like much at first, but when you consider the impact this has on strength and function, it becomes clear why maintaining muscle mass is crucial. Research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity shows that people with greater muscle mass tend to have better overall health, more energy, and a lower risk of chronic illnesses. For Jack, this meant that we had to do more than just focus on his legs and balance. We needed to strengthen his upper body, core, and the muscles that he used every day without even thinking about it. Muscles that allowed him to carry groceries, open jars, or even just get out of bed without struggling. So, I started him on a routine that focused on full-body strength training. We began with simple body weight exercises, wall push-ups, squats, and lunges. These movements were easy to start with and could be done at home without any equipment. We used resistance bands to target key muscle groups and to gradually increase the intensity as his body adapted. But the real breakthrough came when we started focusing on something that many people overlook: grip strength. Now, you might be wondering, why is grip strength so important? Well, here's the thing. Your grip strength is a surprisingly strong indicator of overall health and longevity. Research published in The Lancet revealed that grip strength is linked to all-cause mortality, meaning the stronger your grip, the longer and healthier your life is likely to be. A study from Harvard University also found that a weak grip is associated with a higher risk of developing disabilities, frailty, and even cognitive decline. It's fascinating, right? When I explained this to Jack, he was genuinely surprised. "So, you're saying that by improving my grip, I could actually live longer and healthier?" I laughed and said, "Exactly. And it's a lot easier than you might think." We started with simple exercises designed to improve his grip. I gave him a stress ball to squeeze during the day, which helped strengthen his forearms and hands. Then we introduced a hand gripper tool to help him build more resistance over time. We also did some fun exercises using a towel, wringing it out as hard as he could to engage his hands and forearms. It wasn't just about building strength, it was about reconnecting Jack with his body and giving him tools that he could use to regain confidence in his abilities. A few weeks into this routine, Jack began to notice significant changes. He was able to carry heavier bags without feeling exhausted. His hands felt stronger, and the tightness in his fingers, which had once made everyday tasks frustrating, started to ease. "Doctor, I feel like I'm regaining my strength," he said with a smile. "I can actually carry the groceries without feeling like I'm going to drop them." And I could see it in his posture, his energy, and even in the way he moved. Jack was starting to come back to life. The incredible thing about muscle resilience, especially as it relates to grip strength, is that it's never too late to start. Even if you've never focused on your strength before, your body can adapt and grow stronger with the right kind of training. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that older adults who engage in strength training for just 20-30 minutes a few times a week can see significant improvements in muscle mass, balance, and overall functional health. And here's the kicker. Strength training doesn't just improve muscle mass, it preserves bone density too, which helps prevent osteoporosis and fractures. I want you to think about something for a moment. How often do you feel like you're too weak to do something? Or how often have you been frustrated because a task feels harder than it should? Whether it's opening a jar, carrying something heavy, or even just holding onto a shopping cart, your muscles are the foundation of your independence. They allow you to do everything you enjoy in life, and when those muscles start to fade away, so does the quality of your life. But the beauty of this is, you have control. You have the power to rebuild those muscles. You have the ability to improve your grip strength and your overall muscle resilience. And you don't have to be a gym rat or lift heavy weights to see results. Just simple, consistent effort, whether it's squeezing a stress ball, using resistance bands, or practicing body weight exercises, will get you where you need to go. For Jack, this new routine was about more than just regaining physical strength. It was about rediscovering his independence. The simple act of holding on to something firmly, being able to carry groceries, or not needing help with tasks that once felt impossible, these were the victories that mattered most. He was no longer worried about losing his ability to care for himself. Instead, he was gaining strength every day. And with that strength came the confidence to keep moving forward. I want you to think about your own life now. What small changes can you make to improve your strength and muscle resilience? Whether it's working on your grip, doing a few push-ups, or simply adding resistance bands to your routine, every little bit helps. Your muscles don't just keep you moving, they keep you living a vibrant, independent life. So, what's stopping you? Start with one small step today. Your future self will thank you. Just like Jack, you can find strength at any age. It's not about being the strongest, it's about being strong enough to live life on your terms. And the good news? It's never too late to start. Part 4. Flexibility and movement safety. As Jack's strength continued to improve, we shifted our focus to another critical area: flexibility and movement safety. It's funny, isn't it? When we think about getting older, flexibility is often the last thing that comes to mind. We're usually more concerned about strength or balance. But here's the thing. As we age, muscles and joints naturally become stiffer, which makes every movement feel like a challenge. You may not notice it right away, but as the years go by, these little limitations can add up and cause discomfort, pain, and even injury. The key to maintaining mobility and preventing accidents is staying flexible and ensuring that your body can move safely. I remember a conversation I had with Jack one afternoon. He had been feeling stronger from his strength training routine and more balance from his exercises, but he mentioned something that really struck me. "Doc, I feel like I'm still tight in places, especially my shoulders and back. It's hard to reach things overhead without feeling stiff or even a little sore." Jack was a classic example of someone who had become tight over the years without even realizing it. The good news was, it wasn't too late to change. I told him, "Jack, your muscles are getting stronger, but we need to make sure your body stays flexible too. That stiffness in your shoulders and back is a sign that your muscles need to stretch and move more." This is where flexibility comes into play. Flexibility helps your body move more freely, reduces the risk of injury, and allows for better posture and joint mobility. Without flexibility, every movement can feel like an obstacle. Simple tasks like bending over to tie your shoes or reaching for something on a high shelf become more difficult, and if you're not careful, can even lead to strains or sprains. You may be thinking, "I'm not a yogi or a gymnast, so flexibility is not really for me." But that's where you're wrong. Flexibility isn't about doing advanced poses. It's about maintaining the range of motion your body needs to perform everyday activities comfortably and safely. And guess what? It's never too late to start. I introduced Jack to some basic stretching routines to target areas that tend to tighten up the most: shoulders, lower back, and hamstrings. These are areas where people often feel stiffness, especially as they age. We started with simple stretches that Jack could do every morning before starting his day. Things like shoulder rolls, gentle neck stretches, and hamstring stretches. It was nothing intense, just a few minutes to loosen up those areas that had become tight over time. And I could see Jack starting to enjoy the freedom that came with these stretches. His shoulders felt looser, his back wasn't as stiff, and most importantly, he was moving with more ease. Now, let me tell you something really important here. Stretching is not just for flexibility. It also plays a huge role in movement safety. When your muscles and joints are flexible, they're better prepared to handle the unexpected. Whether it's stepping over a curb, picking something up off the ground, or simply turning around quickly, flexibility allows your body to move in a way that avoids injury. It helps you stay agile and responsive to what's happening around you. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that incorporating flexibility exercises into your routine can significantly reduce the risk of falls and improve your overall mobility. In fact, adults who engage in regular flexibility exercises have a 40% lower risk of falls compared to those who don't. Think about that for a second. Stretching can literally keep you safer in your own home and when you're out and about. One stretch that I particularly recommend for older adults is the standing quad stretch. It's simple, doesn't require a lot of movement, and helps improve flexibility in the legs, which are crucial for maintaining balance and stability. Jack started doing this stretch every morning, and after just a few weeks, he mentioned, "Doc, I don't feel as stiff when I stand up anymore. It's like my legs are more awake." In addition to stretching, we worked on improving his joint mobility. This is another area that tends to decline as we age. Our joints, especially in the hips, knees, and spine, can become stiff and make certain movements more difficult. So, I recommended some gentle mobility exercises that focus on improving the range of motion in these areas. Things like hip circles, ankle rotations, and spinal twists. Nothing too strenuous, just gentle movements to keep the joints fluid and responsive. By now, Jack was moving more freely, but there was still something else I wanted to address with him: posture. When we're stiff and our muscles are tight, it's easy for our posture to suffer. Poor posture puts unnecessary strain on our muscles and joints, which can lead to pain and injury over time. I explained to Jack, If you focus on stretching and maintaining good posture, you're not just improving flexibility, you're also reducing your risk of injury and improving the efficiency of your movements. As part of his routine, we also incorporated a few posture-focused exercises. The most important one was simply practicing standing tall, engaging his core, and rolling his shoulders back. This may sound basic, but for Jack, it made a big difference in how he moved and felt throughout the day. His back pain started to subside, and he found that he wasn't as tired by the end of the day. The beauty of improving flexibility and movement safety is that it doesn't take long to feel the benefits. Just a few minutes of stretching and mobility work each day can give you more energy, better posture, and a reduced risk of injury. But it's about consistency. The more you practice, the more your body adapts, and the more freedom you'll feel. Jack is a perfect example of how even small changes can lead to big results. He went from feeling stiff and uncomfortable to moving with greater ease and confidence. It wasn't just about avoiding injury. It was about regaining his ability to do things he loved without that nagging stiffness holding him back. Whether it's picking up your grandkids, gardening, or simply walking around the house without pain, improving flexibility makes life so much easier and more enjoyable. Now, I want you to think about your own life for a moment. How often do you feel stiff when you wake up or have trouble bending over to pick something up? What if you could change that? What if you could move more freely and safely without worrying about discomfort or pain? It's entirely possible, and it starts with simple stretches and mobility exercises. You don't need to become an expert in yoga or hire a personal trainer. You just need to commit to taking care of your body in small ways every day. Flexibility isn't just about being able to touch your toes or do splits. It's about making sure your body can move comfortably and safely throughout the day. It's about maintaining the freedom to do the things you love. And the best part? It's never too late to start. So I encourage you to begin today. Try a few stretches right now, or start with some gentle mobility exercises. Your body will thank you, and just like Jack, you'll feel more confident, more comfortable, and ready to take on whatever life throws your way. Part 5. Mental and social engagement. As Jack's physical strength, balance, and flexibility continued to improve, there was one more key element that we couldn't ignore: mental and social engagement. By now, Jack had made incredible progress in regaining his physical strength, but I knew that to truly enhance his overall well-being, we needed to focus on his mental sharpness and social connections as well. After all, physical health is only part of the picture. Maintaining a sharp mind and engaging in meaningful social interactions are just as important for living a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. One day, as we were finishing up one of our sessions, Jack looked at me thoughtfully and said, "Doc, I feel better physically, but something still feels a bit off. I'm still having trouble focusing, and I've kind of stopped meeting up with friends. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older, but I don't feel as connected to everything as I used to." His words resonated with me because I knew this was an issue many older adults face. As we age, we tend to withdraw from social activities, thinking we don't have much to contribute anymore or that we need to slow down. But this kind of thinking, while understandable, can have a significant negative impact on our mental health and overall well-being. I smiled and told Jack, "You're not alone in feeling this way, but the truth is, staying mentally sharp and socially engaged is just as important as taking care of your physical health. In fact, it's the key to living a long, vibrant life." Here's the thing. Research consistently shows that people who stay mentally active, engage in regular social interactions, and maintain a sense of purpose live longer, healthier lives. In fact, studies have shown that mental stimulation, such as learning new skills, solving problems, and engaging in meaningful conversations, can reduce the risk of cognitive decline, improve memory, and even help stave off diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's. A study from Harvard Medical School found that adults who regularly engage in mentally stimulating activities have a 30% lower risk of developing dementia than those who don't. So, what did I suggest for Jack? I encouraged him to find activities that would not only challenge his brain, but also reconnect him with others. I told him, Jack, it's time to start engaging with the world around you again. Pick up a hobby, start reading new books, or even take a class, and make sure to spend time with friends and family. Having meaningful conversations and maintaining strong social bonds are vital for your mental health. Jack was hesitant at first, but I could see that he understood. We decided to try something small to get him back into the swing of things, joining a local book club. The idea was simple. Jack would read a new book each month, discuss it with others, and enjoy some social time. The key wasn't just reading, it was the act of engaging with others, sharing opinions, and challenging his mind. Soon after joining the book club, Jack came to me one day with a big smile. Doc, I can't believe how much fun I'm having, he said. I'm learning new things, meeting people, and actually looking forward to these discussions. It's like my brain is waking up again. This is the power of social engagement and mental stimulation. It's not just about avoiding cognitive decline, it's about thriving, staying engaged, and keeping your mind active. In addition to the book club, we also talked about some other activities that could help keep his mind sharp. I encouraged Jack to play games that required strategy, things like puzzles, board games, or even learning a new language. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that engaging in activities like these helps strengthen neural connections and improves overall cognitive function. And it's not just about cognitive health. The social aspect of these activities also provides a strong sense of connection, purpose, and fulfillment. Jack also started spending more time with his grandchildren. He found that not only did this help him stay mentally active, but it also brought a new sense of joy and fulfillment to his life. The laughter, the playful activities, and the connection with his family became an essential part of his routine. Research from the National Institute on Aging has shown that strong social connections are directly linked to longevity. People with meaningful relationships are less likely to experience depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. They're also more likely to live longer, healthier lives. Just as much as physical exercise strengthens your body, social engagement strengthens your mind and soul. As we wrap up today's discussion, let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope you're feeling inspired and empowered. First, we explored the importance of strength training, balance, and flexibility in maintaining your health as you age. These are the pillars that not only help us stay physically strong, but they also keep us agile and independent, just like we saw with Jack. Remember, it's never too late to start. Whether you're adding a few minutes of strength training to your routine or doing simple stretches every day, every little bit counts. We also talked about the role of muscle resilience and grip strength in protecting your independence. It's amazing how something as simple as improving your grip can have such a powerful impact on your longevity. Jack's journey is proof that small, consistent actions can lead to big results, and I want you to remember that you have the ability to do the same. Then, we dove into the critical importance of mental and social engagement. Staying sharp and connected with others isn't just about avoiding cognitive decline, it's about enriching your life. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, spending more time with loved ones, or challenging your mind with new experiences, this is what keeps you vibrant and full of purpose. Now, as we look to the future, I encourage you to take action. Start today. Whether it's by stretching for a few minutes each morning, doing a couple of strength exercises, or calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Change doesn't happen overnight, But every small step you take brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Just like Jack, who transformed his life one step at a time, you too can make these positive changes in your own life. And I promise, each step you take, no matter how small, is worth it. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Change is a natural part of life, and each of us is capable of growing and improving, no matter our age. The progress you make today will set the foundation for a healthier, more fulfilling tomorrow. You're on the right path, and I believe in you. So what's next? I'd love to hear your thoughts. How are you going to take action today? Share your journey in the comments, and let's continue this conversation together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit from these tips. Let's build a community of people committed to living their best lives no matter their age. Thank you for listening, and remember, every step counts. You've got this. Keep moving forward.